Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on October the 1st, 2019. Stocks rise in hopes for progress in trade talks. Global shares climbed on Tuesday as investors hope that the fourth quarter will bring progress in resolving the United States trade dispute that harming the global economy. Starting on Tuesday, Chinese markets are shot for a week to mark 70 years since the founding of the People's Republic of China. Meantime, MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan rose 0.23%. While Japan's Nikkei added 0.6%, Australia's stocks benchmark surged 0.8% after the country's central bank cut rates for a third time this year. U.S. stock futures was 0.35% up in Asia a day after the S&P 500 gained 0.50%. Technology sectors led New York rise on Monday, while U.S.-listed shares of Chinese firms bounced up after big falls on Friday, with Alibaba increased 0.75% and Baidu jumped 1.53%. European shares are expected to rise, with pan-European Euro Stoxx 50 futures trading up 0.39% to hit its highest levels since June last year. Extradition precedence over Huawei CEO may halt. Lawyers for Huawei Chief Financial Officer Meng Wanzhou detailed a list of emails, notes, and other records that are seeking to prove that her rights were violated before the December arrest at Vancouver's airport, according to a court document released on Monday. Meng was arrested at the airport on December the 1st at the request of the United States. She was charged with bank fraud and accused of misleading the bank HSBC about Huawei Technologies' co Ltd's business in Iran. Huawei CFO has said she is innocent and is fighting extradition. In the British Columbia Supreme Court, Meng's lawyers are seeking further documentation from Canada's Department of Justice, the Canadian Border Service Agency, and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. If they ultimately help prove the Canadian officials abused their authority, lawyers for Huawei CFO say the extradition proceedings should be halted. Credit Suisse COO resigns over big scandal. Credit Suisse Group AG Chief Operating Officer Pierre-Olivier Bowie resigned after a spine scandal that rocked Switzerland's financial circles. According to the lender, the scandal caused severe reputational damage to the bank. Bowie assumed responsibility for the surveillance of former Credit Suisse executive Iqbal Han along with the bank's head of security. The board of directors said that the decision to shadow Han was wrong and disproportionate and taken without CEO Tidjane Thiam's knowledge. The investigation found to evidence that Han was trying to poach clients, according to a Tuesday statement. The COO said that he alone, in order to protect the interest of the bank, decided to initiate the observation of Iqbal Han, the bank said. The investigation didn't identify any indication that the CEO had approved the observation. West Farmers Ltd finds employees were underpaid. Australian retail conglomerate West Farmers Ltd said on Tuesday that about 6,000 current and former employees at its industrials and safety business were underpaid about $15 million, $10 million since 2010. The company said that during the testing of its new payroll system, it found that employees at Blackwood's Worker Group, Carragas, and Green Cap units were not paid the owned sum, about half of which relates to superannuation of loadings and allowances. The company said it was working to compensate the 2,000 current and 4,000 former employees impacted with interest, adding that the errors were inadvertent.